why Minot State? You're currently the assistant director, but why did you decide to apply for the athletic director position?
Yeah, so as soon as the position opened, I knew I was ready for it. I've been looking forward to it for a few years. I knew at some point our previous AD would be leaving, whether he retired or left for another town, and I've been kind of waiting for this day. I feel like I'm ready. I love Minot State. I love the community. I think it's important to have a community person in that role, kind of leading the charge to get others on board.
Definitely.
Obviously, you're the only of the 4 candidates that would be an internal hire. What do you think that would mean to the university to keep it inside the school?
I think it gives me a head start on everyone. With the community, with the university, with the relationships. I mean, I just think we can hit the ground running faster, much faster. I think I've got ties. I think I know there's a few relationships that need mended, but I can help in doing that. And I just think there's a lot that we can accomplish that way.
I was listening to your presentation. You said you want to build that community relationship.
Yeah.
What would you need to do that?
I mean, people, coaches, help. But mainly get out and hit the streets, right? I know we've got a lot of very passionate people in the community. We can use their help to tell our story, but we got to get out and tell our story, tell them why they should come to Minot State, why they should spend money on a ticket to go to a football or a basketball game at Minot State. They don't owe it to us to come there, but we need to engage them and make them want to be a part of us.
And you mentioned, recruiting local, keeping those kids here,
Yeah.
even if they sign somewhere else, being the first call they make if something
Yeah.
doesn't work. How important is that for you to recruit those local kids?
Yeah, I think it's important. The key is the local kids when they're good enough that we're talking to them, trying to get them to Minot State. We've seen it work the other way, and like Tyler Rudolph, who was the conference player of the year, and he's from Bismarck. I guarantee University of Mary didn't like playing against him for 4 years. So when we have those opportunities, we need to hit on them, and we need to get those kids here. I think, not only when they play here or go to school here, I think down the road as being an alum and being a vested member of Minot State, it just pays dividends through and through.
Definitely, and you also mentioned, hiring coaches and assistant coaches that want to be here, not just put it on the resume. How big is that for you?
Yeah, it's huge. We need energy. We need people with passion, people with pride. And if they want to be here, I feel like all that's going to shine through. We're not constantly replacing coaches after 2 years or 1 year and having to retrain them in. We want people that love Minot State, that are all bought in on Minot State. And it might be, someone from Arizona, but it might be a 24-year-old head coach, and we gave them their first opportunity, and they're indebted to us, and they love it here. But I think it's important that we have the right people here.
As far as action and what needs to change at Minot State, what are some of the things that you think that you really want to get on from the start of your term?
Yeah, I think a few things I have to do right away is visit with our coaches, learn a little bit more on the inside about their programs. I was kind of on the outside looking in, knew a few things here and there. I think I've got to get down to the nuts and bolts, visit with each coach on that, and so I can kind of help them through that process. Our student athletes, getting to know them. I think it's so crucial that student athletes have that relationship, and I think me as an athletic director and me leading from the front, they need to know who I am. They need to know that I care. They need to know that I'll be there for them. So those are two things immediately that have to happen, and then community, get out and do it, and get out and see people, get out and meet people.
And you also mentioned, celebrating those successes, whether it's, GPAs or the championships. How big is that, just to celebrate whatever success the school has?
Oh, I think it's great. And I think the key is as a school, not just our success in athletics, but helping celebrate across campus too, if something goes well. And if we're not going to have fun, not going to celebrate when we do something well, we're in it for the wrong reason. I mean, our athletes are competitive. They like that. They like to win. We got to have fun. We got to let people know that we won. We got to let people know about our story. And so I think it's great for morale. I think it's great for Beaver Pride. I think it's great for our boosters. I think it's great for our alums. Everybody. We've got to celebrate it.
And,
go for it.
And someone asked it during the Q&A. How do you kind of convince those top athletes from out of state to come north to the snow and to North Dakota?
Yeah, a lot of hard work. There's student athletes, when you're recruiting as a coach, I mean, you might be talking to that student for a year and a half, 2 years. At least once a week. It's a lot of hard work and a lot of relationship building, a lot of connection. You're not going to hit on every one of them. You're going to lose some of them. But again, maybe especially in today's day and age, if they do choose a different university and it doesn't work out, Minot State should be first. I'll use one person, Jordan Schultz, in baseball. He was on Team Canada out of high school. I called and recruited him because there was a few kids that he knew on our team. And he had D1s recruiting him. He went to Stetson, started there, played for him, and season was over. He called me. I want to come to Minot State because they had that relationship. We had that connection. They knew what we were about.
Dr. Shirley named to the NCAA Board of Governors earlier this week. Obviously, it's not just his voice representing Minot State and all of Division II at that level. What kind of opportunity does that present to be able to have some, ideas for the school represented at that level?
Yeah, I think it's great. Dr. Shirley has been so supportive of Minot State University and Minot State athletics as a whole. Anytime we can have someone from the inside on that, in that position, it's a great thing. Gives him a little bit more clout, a little bit, more of a voice if we need some things changed or, maybe reasoning behind ideas. But I think it's a great thing. I think it's a great thing for the university.
And what would you tell, the community about yourself as to why you're the best person for the job, what your goal is for this college?
I want Minot State to be the best version of itself that it can possibly be. And my time here, my tenure here, will be 100% about that, about Minot State, about the community. I said it earlier, it's not about a resume, it's not about my next step. I'm here for the long haul. I can say that. I'm going to be here for a long time, and I want to see Minot State and the community bond and get better and better and better, be the best version of ourselves.
Definitely. And if you get this job, what are you looking forward to the most if you do get this job?
The challenges and the opportunity and the time to celebrate. I think just getting to meet everyone, getting to know everyone in that capacity. But I am looking forward to the vision, looking forward to seeing us grow, looking forward to our successes, and just climbing that mountain to get to where we need to be.
And you also mentioned, not just having at home games, just fans there, but other teams going to other sporting events. How big is that to have, sport teams supporting other sport teams?
Yeah, I think it's crucial. I think our teams, our softball team has to feel like they're getting support from our football team. They have to feel like they're getting support from other areas of campus. And, if you don't, I've been on the other end of it, it just feels like you're not appreciated. And for mental wellness, for morale, for Beaver pride, that just doesn't go very far. I've always thought that is crucial. And to me, for us to be that best version, all of our student athletes coming together, the rest of campus, again, it might be an event across campus, but all of us coming together toward that common goal, I think is going to allow us to get to that next step.
Last one from me. In March, I think Minot is going to be hosting the girls Class B and hockey B. I know that Mesa isn't your territory, but what are some ways that you can use those events, to show Minot State's presence in the community?
Yeah, absolutely. The State B, whether it's girls or boys, is a great thing. There's a few things that we did this year that were a little bit different, like open up the wellness center, allow them practice time in the wellness center. I think we continue to do things like that. We need to embrace these teams that are coming to campus, get them on campus, show them campus, maybe parts they're not going to see. Maybe it's the cafeteria and they're eating lunch in there, maybe it's Beaver Dam, maybe it's one of our dorms, whatever it is. You only have them on campus for a small time, and they've got to see something else besides the dome. And if it's only for that time in the wellness center, well, we can bring the people to them. I mean, they can at least leave here knowing that Minot State, our people, are special and that they're wanted here. Same thing with Mesa. We can put our branding up there. We can get people there. We can get people excited about it. But I think that's just got to be a common theme with us, that we kind of give that extra effort. That's got to be something that Minot State is known for. Northern State's done a really good job of that. That needs to be our forte too. We're a fabric of the community. We're going to work with everyone in the community.
Definitely. And you even mentioned, along with recruiting, when you're at away games, going out in that community and trying to recruit players while also there. How big is that, just, get your faces out even when you're not in your home area?
Yeah, definitely. When we're going out to, visit alums and stuff, I think it, especially if we're out in Minneapolis, we go out and visit some alums out there. I think it means so much when we can go out there to see them. It wasn't just them coming here during homecoming or something. We're taking the time out of our day to go see them, whether it's a social like we just threw a couple weeks ago in Fargo, the advancement office, stuff like that, or whether it's a gathering at a restaurant after a game. I think it just goes a long ways.